My name is Aram, and my pronouns are he, him. I'm the producer of the Dungeons & Dragons podcast, God's Fault.
My name's Dylan. My pronouns are he, him, and I'm a physicist from Canada.
Welcome to Kill Every Monster.
And 19 again.
Those both hit.
They do. So you're going to roll me, in total, 48 plus 8 bludgeoning damage.
24 damage.
Yep.
Kapow! It like shakes the trees as these both slam down onto it.
And immediately, engulf goes off. Basically, the first hit slams the elf to the ground. The second one, the entire torso comes down on top of the thing. And that is the last thing you hear out of Ren as she is drawn within the Shambling Mound. You see, like, she's putting up a fight. You can see bits where it's like trying to stand. You see little shapes of silver as she's clearly like trying to force the axe out. And it just gets dragged back. Ren is presently restrained, which means that any attacks against her have advantage. She's blind. She is suffocating. She cannot breathe. And at the start of every turn that she doesn't escape, she's going to take damage. Eldrick is going to take a little bit of a Hail Mary.
Not encouraging, but okay.
Looks at that, just fuck. And you see him just running through his head. There's just like some mental math. And as he's doing that, he sees the thing like start to move towards you. And so as a bonus action, we're going to attack with spiritual weapon. So that's a 13. So the spiritual weapon doesn't go off. Clearly not really paying attention to what's going on. And there's like a quiet, mumbled prayer. And he points forward and just screams, "Release!" And I want you to make a wisdom save.
Ooh.
As he casts command.
16.
Grelin, you like are watching the magic in this, and you see it kind of disrupt, and you see a shockwave pulse in the direction of the foundations of the tower, and you watch an echo pulse back. And just as that spell seems to be like latching on, it pulses back out, and it gets shattered. You know that Eldrick also saw it. Fucking thought it would work.
All right, if I saw that, I would shout to Eldritch, to the tower, run to the tower, find the source, I'll free the elf.
Good, done.
I'm going to try and fight fire with fire, or in this case, fight vines with vines. And I, as a bonus action, cast Ensnaring Strike on my club and then go for a swing. That is going to be 13 plus 6 is 19.
That'll hit.
And that's going to do 8 plus 3 is 11 points of damage. And when I hit you, you have to make a DC 14 save.
It's a strength save.
Which should not be hard for you.
You got to beat a 10.
That's higher than a 10.
These vines immediately just launch out of the... It's like the wood of the club basically grows out and tries to wrap around you. And all that happens is those constantly churning vines of yours reach out, wrap around them, and pull them within yourself, and you just consume
Just eats
them.
those two, yeah.
Tasty.
I just swing again. 13 plus 6 is 19 again, so that's another, that's only 4 points of damage. I had to probably wrench my club free. So I wasn't able to swing, but the wrenching free did another 4 points of damage. Yeah. That's it. I'm done.
Ren spends her turn struggling, just trying to get out, and cannot get purchase. Cannot get out. And so with her bonus action, because she's dual-wielding hand axes, fuck this, cut the thing. It's at disadvantage because she's restrained, and that is a 13, just barely. Can't get the leverage for an actual swing. It's just trying to like drag, but at this point there's like rocks and shit that has been consumed by this mass. And so even just putting the blade against something that you can cut is non-trivial. Frankie.
My name is Bramble now, I just decided.
Bramble? Love
Bramble the Shambling Mound.
Let me just scratch Frankie out of the initiative order. Bramble. All right. Bramble, start of your turn. 2d8 plus 4 damage, please. Because Ren just rolled a 5 Constitution save.
It's gonna be 17 damages.
Holy shit.
My belly grumbles as I like press in on her.
It's that feeling of like you could feel her resisting, trying to get out. And there was just a little internal sort of crunch of no. Take your turn.
Do I also get a slam?
You get 2 slams. You can still continue to grapple as many people as you want. You just can only have one person engulfed at a time. And I can tell you, if they don't fucking fix this soon, you're gonna have a slot open.
Oh, that's a nat 1 on the first one.
Ooh, that did not hit.
And then 12 is the second, so neither of these will hit. I'm kind of distracted by the thing inside of me.
You have a tasty meal.
There's a thing in your guts trying to cut you.
Me when I eat
That
cheese.
is yeah. Full round action. All right, then it's Eldric's turn. Eldric like looks and just like, you sure?
Go.
Not Eldric is going to take a dash action towards the tower. I'm gonna say basically it's gonna be 2 rounds to get in there. So this round and another turn, and then we'll see how she goes from there. I agree with everyone who's annoyed about it, but that's also a very fair ruling to make. Your turn, Grellin.
She reaches to her side, pulls out her potion of heal giant strength, pops it, and guzzles it. And then runs forward with her hands and tries to rip open you so she can get the elf out. It's dumb. Yeah. Okay, then she's gonna chug that, and as a bonus action,
If you want to ready a smite, you can have it going.
just like tosses, the bottle down, says a little prayer to Shantea, like the lands will be tamed. And then you just see like her kind of glow a little bit.
It is Ren's turn. We're going to make another strength check to try to get out. That's 13. Ren is going to make the attack roll because she is nothing if not dedicated to her goddamn job.
She deserves a
You're
raise.
going to take 5 points of slashing damage as she just keeps hacking at the inside of this thing the best she can. Haram, I'm going to let you do this. At the start of Bramble's turn, I want you to roll a d20 plus 3. That's the Constitution save for Ren. There is a good chance if this doesn't beat a 14, she will die.
17 plus 3, 20.
Ren is holding on in there, which is also good news for you because it means that you can't get engulfed.
So as I feel this pain, this indigestion pain in my stomach,
gas.
I'm gonna squeeze my abs even tighter and try to crush her a little bit. Oh, that's definitely gonna hit. Yeah, 17 plus 7, so that's gonna hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Roll 2d8 plus 4.
14 damage.
Ren had 9 hit points. Bramble basically sort of rears back. You can feel this elf struggling inside, trying to drag that axe around, get at anything even remotely vine-like, trying to carve her way out. And you kind of rear back, spread the chest really, really wide, and it just tightens flat across her. And then you just crunch down. Grellin, you're standing, 5 feet away from this thing. You hear snapping. And you hear just like a groan. And that scraping sound, the struggling, stops. All right, and you have the second swing and multi-attack.
That's not gonna hit.
That is Bramble's turn, unless, I see no reason why you would, but unless you want to, back off, dive into the trees, some shit like that. You got your movement still.
Nah, I'm going for it. These people are in my forest.
That's fair. Eldrick keeps running. The foundations of the tower are still pretty strongly together. There are walls up to, maybe 10, 12 feet in some places where it cracked in the wall. So he's in there running around investigating. And I'm going to start rolling some dice to see if we can figure some stuff out. Your turn.
Would that work in my life? If I just roll dice, stuff will get figured out?
God, I wish.
I am not unconvinced that that's not how problem solving works. Your dwarf is in the tower, and your you is in front of a scary, scary bush lady.
Yes. Can I at all see the guy in her?
Yeah, you can still see, absolutely.
Can I grab an arm or something, or a wrist?
You can try.
Okay. What am I rolling?
I'm just making this opposed strength, straight up and down.
My strength is currently 21. That means I got a 14 plus 5 is 19.
So Frankie, I want you to roll strength. And if you beat a 19, you keep your food.
I rolled a 6.
Come on, food.
The potion pays off. You get in there, and the sort of failure that allows for this one, you have just enough strength to get it open, but once you get your arm in, it starts shifting, trying to grab you. But you have leverage. So the moment you have a hold of Ren, you get a hold of her tunic, whatever shirt she was wearing, and you just wrench back as hard as you can. You stumble, she falls out onto the ground, she is out.
Alive?
Not conscious.
I'll take it. It'll do, I guess. It's better than being digested.
You have a bonus and a move at the moment.
All right. I'm super strong. So my move is going to be to just carry this elf straight backwards. No, even better. Bonus action, pick her up, Misty Step.
That's a much better choice.
Mm-hmm.
Where to?
I am going to go 30 feet up into a tree and hope I can stay balanced.
Real easy check. I'm going to let you do this one off his strength. Just do a straight strength roll because you're going up there and just immediately grabbing whatever branches you can get at.
Can I roll athletics?
Sure.
Okay, thank you. That is going to be 18 plus 8 is 26. I am a gymnast up there, hanging by my toes.
Hopping from branch to branch.
This was a cursory thing, just in case you roll a 1 and I get to be mean to you. Then that is your turn, and Ren rolls a 1 on her first death save.
No!
Oh, no!
Oh God, no! Oh no! That's okay, I've got a plan.
What it is you heard that cracking. You heard the bones break when she was legitimately, the way the monster manual describes a shambling mound working is it is effectively mulching everything it takes in. It's grinding it into soil.
I'm a composter.
And you yanked her out, fired up into the tree, and the moment you got up there, you caught yourself and everything jerks. It's a hugely violent motion, and it was not pleasant.
So I've got one hand gripping the trunk, one hand kind of cradling her 30 feet in the air.
And she's flopped back over your arm. It is, like I said, it's not a good space to be.
It's okay. It's okay. I've got a plan.
You just keep saying that.
I fortunately was incredibly smart and picked a very important cantrip for that's going to come in clutch in a minute.
Spare the dying.
Yes, exactly. I don't know. I've never chosen it. I don't know why the fuck I did, but I took Sacred Flame and Spare the Dying so I can actually fix this.
Bramble. 30 feet above you in the trees is what was formerly a meal and a rude little creature. About 50 feet away is the foundation of a tower, a place that you are intrinsically linked to that a shitty little dwarf ran into. Everybody is currently out of range of you.
I think I would probably go right back up into the trees because I'm comfy there.
Yeah, like a bear coming up underneath me.
You're trying to run from a bear going into its natural habitat.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, if I'm not mistaken, Shambling Mound has a move speed of 20 feet, right?
Yes.
Especially because we keep modeling this after like creeping vines and shit. I'm absolutely willing to give this thing climb speed. I think that's perfectly.
Yeah, completely agreed.
You're in agreement? Cool.
I'll trade my swim speed for my climb speed.
That sounds fair.
Yeah, I think that all lines up. Honestly, I feel like it should just have all three. This should be
I don't know why it doesn't.
slow, a little plodding, like 20-foot move speed in all environments, but also it should be implacable. Like you went up a tree, don't care. You went into the lake, I'm coming. You're across a plain, still walks.
Right. It never needs to roll a climb. Like moving up is the same as moving horizontally. It's just how it moves.
That being said, it was a 30-foot teleport, so it will take your full movement plus action to get up there.
Probably try to get as close to them as I can, as fast as I can.
You surge upwards. You move like a vine growing up the trunk, and every once in a while, just an arm shoots up and flings this mass of vine and earth higher into the tree. It's coming for you.
It's coming for us.
Dun-na,
Shit.
dun-na, 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 dun-na.
Grenlin sees it coming. She's got a unconscious friend in one arm, 30 feet in the air. It's dark, and there's this mound coming. What's the dwarf's name?
Eldrick.
How's it coming, Eldrick?
So Eldrick has been rolling basically Arcana, trying to figure shit out. The two rolls he's pulled so far have been a 4 and an 8. Natural, unmodified. So when he hears you do that, what this is going to come down to is I'm going to ask what we think the reasonable magic number is for Eldrick to start smashing shit and hit the right thing. Because he's going to fly into full panic.
Yeah, I mean, at least DC 15. This should not be easy, and he's obviously not thinking straight.
That's a 12.
Close. He's getting warmer.
Just hears that, looks out, and now you're up. Like, if you were looking, like, he couldn't see you in the clearing, but now that you're in the tree, now there's this huge mass surging up. It's like, oh, mother of fuck.
Yeah.
And he just starts swinging at anything that looks runic. Some of it is just labels. But it's like, at least one of these has to be a sigil or something. Something is happening. I don't know what.
Just detect the magic. The second thing is, how tall is this tree?
I mean, it's apparently at least 30 feet.
Right. How much more tree do I have?
Okay, Frankie, let's just say reasonable. This tree has to be able to support an 8-foot tall armored creature. How much higher do you think he could feasibly get?
20 feet.
How close is the next tree?
If you were to jump, basically you're high enough up that you could probably hit, like, you might not be able to just straight lateral jump safely to the next tree, but with the fucking angle, you would very likely hit hard on a lower branch, and you are carrying a potential corpse.
I know, but we are potentially 2 corpses. Then I have exactly one option. Takes a deep breath, focuses, spare the dying, and making a running leap to the next tree.
The way we're going to run this is you need to obviously make an acrobatics check to make this jump.
Athletics.
Yeah, we'll call it athletics. The line is always fuzzy. I'm never really completely sure. It's really just...
If I'm tightrope walking, I expect acrobatics. If I'm doing like jumping and climbing, I expect, but it's
and
weird.
That's sort
it
of
does
the
kind
thing.
of fit
It's like
in the middle.
if you gave this one, like if you put this in a city and you're jumping from rooftop to rooftop and it's, the rogue, you would absolutely give them acrobatics. This one's fuzzy.
If I was running along a branch, I would call it
I will give you
acrobatics.
the athletics on this one. It doesn't really matter.
It's going to be hard no matter what, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're not leaping, you're jumping, so it's acrobatic.
Right.
I'm going to have you roll this at disadvantage. The second die is effectively how well this works out for Ren. Because you're jumping single arm, trying to hold this person, falling probably like 10, 15 feet in the process.
And try to catch myself with
Trying
one
to
hand.
catch yourself and hold her still. This could go badly.
It would have gone any other badly. As bad as this can go, right? Yeah, okay. So she just, in slow motion, she gets a couple feet on one of these thick branches just as the Shambling Mound envelops the trunk behind us. For me, it's a 13 plus 8. For Ren, it's an 11. It's a 21 for me and a 19 for Ren.
This is 16 for the record. This was a fucking hard one.
God.
Frankie, do you want to take your attack of opportunity while it jumps?
Sure.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
would love to do that. 14. Nope. Just barely.
Just I feel a branch brush the back of my neck.
You land hard, but you land on your side, and you land slamming into the trunk. Like you hit a big, thick fucking branch, and you slide into the trunk of the tree, and you go to roll off a little bit, and you just manage to kind of scramble and catch yourself. Ren is on top of you, breathing steadily.
For the immediate, we're okay. But otherwise, we are heavily still effed.
Yes.
Heavily not okay.
Right, heavily not okay. Grenlin just whispers a prayer to all the gods and then looks back up at what she's got to face down yet.
You still got a bonus action.
I'll prep Searing Smite.
Canvassing.
Ren's turn passes without mention because she is currently stable. Frankie, how's Bramble gonna handle this one?
I mean, I'm just gonna keep on chasing, keep on trying to eat my dinner.
There are 2 ways to do this. One is I would let you just drop down the tree, and just be kind of under them. You wouldn't be able to reach them, but you'd be completely safe, no effort required. The other option, we've already established that the DC for this jump is 16.
Wouldn't it be so much of a jump, just swing by their own vines and try and, swing
Honestly,
over to
it'd be
the
one
other
of those
tree?
weird, sort of extension, reach out between the trees and just growing in weird ways.
Yeah, oh, that's creepy.
Ooh, I love that. Well, okay, I'm not very dexterous, but I am pretty strong.
And somebody already established that it was a feat of strength to get between the trees.
I did.
I think I'm gonna go for it. I think I'm just gonna try to extend my vines to you and throw myself across these trees. Oh no, I'm scared. Here we go. Uh-oh.
How bad?
It's a 12.
I'm going to have you make a dexterity save real quick.
If a shambling mound takes falling damage, this is the best encounter ever.
I probably would. Some of my vines would crack. 15.
Okay, cool. So you'll take half damage on this. You're going to take 3 points of bludgeoning damage from 3d6 falling damage. As you leap, basically, you fling an arm forward and it just grows. It gets longer and it slams into this tree. But basically, you're trying to anchor yourself against like sort of level branches. Fucking thing can't hold up a shambling mound. You need to move on tree trunks. Branches ain't viable. So you go, and the moment you have your weight supported between these two trees, it gives and it collapses. Aram, again, fairly easy on this one, but I'm still going to make you do a dex save just because it's more interesting.
Dexterity saving throw? For what? I'm sorry. What am I doing?
There's a massive thing that's now going to fall through this tree.
Sure. 18 plus 3 is 21.
Yeah, it's basically
No sweat.
you land, you collect yourself. It's the quick check, like still breathing, good. Charge the thing, and then holy fuck,
Holy shit.
pull yourself as hard back into the trunk as you can, and the far end of the branch just gone as the shambling mound just drops out of the fucking sky.
I just feel thorns rake my back as they go by.
It's 10 feet beneath you. It is immediately under you. Fortunately, it doesn't have reach.
Right.
Can't get you here,
Right.
but it is immediately under you. Eldrick, why are you so bad at your job?
Why? Because he's always been bad at his job. He's always been incompetent. I don't know why he's even here. I am having words with our manager as soon as we get back.
The thing is, like, he is very much a scholar, and given time to investigate this, like, that is his thing.
Right.
Reading under duress is surprisingly hard.
Right. He panics easy. Yeah.
Panic's easy. When he left, the barbarian had been consumed, and the paladin was like, no, go, I'll hold it off. But it's your turn. You're up on this branch. Just...
Also, I don't know if it changes anything, but I am blind beyond 60 feet. So
I don't know that. I have no
That's fair.
idea. In fact, do I even know what I'm facing?
I don't think you've ever made a roll to figure it out.
Okay, at this point, above it, having a chance to look down, having that chance to catch my breath, can I roll nature or something?
Yeah.
Okay. 5. I have no idea.
That's a fucking mad bush.
It's a very angry bush.
It's a pissy shrubbery.
What the fuck am I going to do?
That twig blight is doing steroids.
Is it possible to, like, tuck her against the tree?
Yeah, I'm imagining this being like a fucking full foot round branch. Like, this is...
God.
We'll say that now that she's stable, it's that half conscious, like, you can lean her up and be like, keep yourself up. It will be okay. Just stay here.
Do not let go. Do not leave this tree. Both hands on my big ass club, and I am going to leap down and smash overhand into this thing with searing smite.
First off, so the club is a D8, right?
Correct.
We're gonna go longsword rules. You can do the D10 with the two-handed smash. I think
I think that
makes sense.
They should have done that
That's
the
the way
whole
it should
effing
work.
time. Except it's a great club, so it's always two-handed.
It's
So
always well, that's
yeah.
doesn't
So
make any
it still doesn't work. It's got to be D8. Those are the
It's
rules.
a D8. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
you're right.
All right.
Then yeah, make your attack roll.
Did I take great weapon feat? I did. Okay, I'm going -5 for +10 damage. 17 plus 9 is 26.
Then that's -5 for 21. So yeah, still hits. I want you to also give me a dexterity save because you are jumping down like 15 feet to pull this off.
That's gonna be a straight 16.
You manage to like kind of land in such a way that like the bulk of the force hits on the club and you grab a hold of this thing and sort of ride the momentum down to the ground.
Right, just like on top of it. All right.
Yeah.
As the club comes down, the top of it turns searing white. And as I hit you, that flame transfers.
Roll your damage.
7 plus 6 is 13. Plus 10 is 23.
Okay, and then Searing Smite.
5 points of damage.
Does another 2 points of damage because you're resistant to fire. You are on fire. I don't think you know or care.
Yeah, it's not as effective as I expected it to be because it's all green wood.
So how much damage am I taking total?
You're taking 25 total. 23 bludgeoning plus 2 fire. Ren's turn is going to come and go. Bramble.
Oof, that hurt.
How is Bramble looking? Can I tell?
Pretty rough.
I got some crunchy leaves.
Well below half damage.
Missing some branches, right?
Yeah, some of them are just cracked and like it looks like a bad hair day. Like they're just sticking out everywhere. Well, now that there's nothing in my stomach, I'm going to try to consume you.
Okay.
All right, first attack, 14 won't hit. Second attack, also 14 won't hit. What?
Oh my
Why do I keep rolling
God.
7?
Oh my goodness. Like I'm just scrambling backwards, almost being hit.
I'm blinded by the fire. I'm trying to swat it out.
You're blinded. You are blinded by the light. Yeah.
By the searing light.
Eldrick is running around smashing things. At random. Anything with writing on it. He cracks a table. Big granite thing. And it cracks and it falls, and there's just this bit of earth he sees under it. This place where there's a large sigil that must have just come off of a wall, rolled in off of a fucking apparatus something, and rolled into the dirt. And he can see roots around it.
He's relaying all of this in real time. And I'm like, just fucking handle it as I'm facing the thing down.
This is looking around like, oh, fuck. Okay, this is something.
He's panic sciencing.
Yeah. You legitimately sent him in to disable the robot murdering you.
And I can't move from, like, I cannot retreat, I cannot run, because if I do, you'll just go up and eat that elf. So I have to stay right here and fight you until this is done. I got no options now.
Staring at the sigil that birthed this shambling mound, your cleric rolled a natural 1 on an Arcana check.
Jesus fucking Christ, this guy.
So he sees this little sigil tied up, like it's clearly cracked, it's broken, it is incomplete, and just initially by happenstance, the pattern was completed by the roots just growing through. And then they started to resonate, and they grew around this thing. There's something that Dylan, have said before. Fire is a petty trick for wizards.
Yes.
Divine magic strikes with lightning. And unfortunately, because I am the DM, that is the arrogant thought process of most clerics. So Eldrick sees this thing, recognizes this is the thing I need to break, casts a hand up, and calls down the lightning of the gods. You're going to immediately heal 39 points of damage, Frankie. This blast. And there is this like reek of ozone. A blue pulse just resonates through, and the entire place glows just a little bit. That blue vine you saw running through the plants, it's in all of them. And this place is luminescent now. And immediately, that mound rides. And it surges up bigger than it ever was before.
There cannot be a lot of things that are fed by lightning. Can I roll nature again with advantage?
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel like all of my weird hairs just like healed themselves.
Oh, yeah, it's all perfect now. You have a big old beehive and there's actual bees in it. That's going to be a total of 16. Now I'm even more worried, because now I know what we're facing.
He's 50 feet away. He's not going to yell. He's just going to quick message, and you hear just back of your head, quiet, resigned.
I fucked this up. I'm so sorry.
You sure did. She points to Ren in the tree and shouts, jump. I'm going to catch her and run as fast as I can.
She is stable, so this isn't so much a jump as it is just like
As a fall.
tilts, rolls off the branch.
Collapses out of the tree.
It's a flop.
I'm going to do this in the wrong order here, technically, because you're about to incur an attack of opportunity. Frankie, make the attack.
That's a nat 1.
Oh my God.
I just have so much power, I don't know my own strength.
That prayer that Grenlin said to all the gods is being answered
you
by all
cursed
the
me.
gods.
Yep. Around, I'm going to say nat 1, you just catch her perfect. Like, this is fine. It goes wide, you get in, you manage to catch Ren as she's falling, and you run towards the tower.
Double move, 60 feet, just sprint.
And that is just enough to get in there in the single turn to look at it, to see this sigil sitting there, to see fucking the look on Eldrick's face. Like, this is not like oh, you need to rub it in. Oh, you fucked up. What were you doing? This was a panic move.
Grenlin just shoves Ren into his arms. Don't apologize, fix it. And then she turns to face down this creature one more time.
Bramble, they're all in your tower.
Well, I'm still on fire, right?
Lasts for a minute. It lasts for a minute or until...
When the lightning healed her, that went out.
Honestly, it's fire damage. It's a D6, and it's resistant. Like, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Like, a couple of your leaves are kind of singeing, right?
Fine.
I was like, should I like climb into a puddle or something? But no. So, okay, yeah, I'm going to book it towards the tower.
Here comes the burning bush.
It comes in, and the closer it gets right now, this thing is hypercharged. It is actively glowing, and it gets brighter as it gets closer.
As I see this wall, this wrenching, crunching, rolling green death coming up this hill towards us, she grabs her club with both hands, brings it as high as she possibly can. I'm going to go ahead and use the -5 to hit, and brings it down hard on this tile.
Make an attack roll.
16 plus 9 is 25. -5 is 20.
It's going to hit.
All right, then she does 6 plus 6 is 12 plus 10 is 22 points of damage.
The glow falters. The entire place starts to get a little dimmer. You don't think you've killed it. Do you take the chance to get out?
Yeah, at this point we would just run.
Ren is limping, but on her feet. Eldrick, the entire way, is just apologizing over and over again. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize I
Apologize when we're dead. Run. And then Grenlin grips her club, positions herself between this green wave and them, and she's going to hold action to run until they run, to give them a second to get away. So only she takes the attack of opportunity.
Frankie, just roll the die and tell me you rolled above a 15 twice.
18 and 23.
Oh, fuck, those both definitely hit.
You can roll your damage for that one. 2d8 plus 4 twice.
Okay, the first one's going to be 15 damage. And the second is going to be 16 damage.
Just rocked.
Does that actually take you out?
I
You
got
have 14
I
left?
got 14 left, but that hurt a lot.
The problem here is everybody is running, and reaches out and it hits you and you stumble a little bit. The terrain isn't even. It's a little bit marshy, swampy. The moment you're like heavy, 1 foot on, like all your weight is on 1 foot, you go into the mud. And it slows you down. And this thing lunges forward and an entire arm into your chest, drives you into the dirt and surges over you.
Jesus.
And you are engulfed.
Nom, nom, nom.
And there's a moment where you are not quite covered, where you can see the other two stopping to look back.
But if they come back, well, we're all dead. So she just shouts, keep running.
And they run. Ren goes to turn back. Eldrick reaches out, grabs her arm, yanks her, and goes, she's already dead. And they go. Roll me a Constitution save.
That's going to be 12 plus 5 is 17. But that doesn't matter because she's got so little hit points. So here's what happens. She stays conscious as she's swallowed. She fights to the last minute. She's holding open with all of her strength granted to her by this potion. And the very last act as they go over the hill and lose sight of her is to reach to the sky, pray to Shantae, and call down a moonbeam right on top of her. If she's going, she's going to try and take this thing out with her.
There's the moment of like, we should go back. And the moment she's pulled forward, Ren recognizes like it's over. That doesn't make it hurt any less. As they finally clear that thing's blind sight range, they get out of the point where they can be sensed. And I hear one thunderous crack.
Thank you for joining Kill Every Monster for part 2 of our deep dive into the Shambling Mound. For more information about us, notes for each episode, and ways you can help support the show, head over to killeverymonster.com.
If any of the ideas we've discussed on the show have sparked some of your own, tell us about it on Twitter at KEM Podcast. You'll find me at DJ Malenfant and Aram at Aram Vardian.
For ad-free episodes, early releases, bonus episodes, print-ready maps, our new audio DMs notes, and my character sheets for each encounter, head over to patreon.com/killeverymonster. You can also listen to ad-free episodes and bonus content by subscribing to the show on Apple Podcasts.
Our intro theme and many of the sound effects you hear in the show were created by Battle Bards. Check them out at battlebards.com.
This episode was produced by Aram Vartian and Dylan Malenfant. I also did the editing. Our guest was Frankie Larson. You can find them on Twitter at humanhouseplant. And if you are anything like me and all of that information just fell right out of your head, you'll find everything you need at killeverymonster.com.
And we'll see you next time
for Kill Every Monster.